Now, these schools are playing in our faces, and we're just sitting back letting them do it. Now, let me tell you what prompted this video. I was watching Funky Dineva from TGIF and how he just left Fox Soul, TGIF, with that amazing job that was paying him $250,000 a year. And what did he say? He was going to bet on himself. Instead of building somebody else's platform, he said, let me build my own platform. And that is my message to the educators out here. You're feeling undervalued. You're getting overwhelmed. You have these extra demands. You have the parents, the students, the administration. You have these extra duty events, these after school events, these committees, these programs, all of these things that you must do. And these schools are playing in our faces. They are playing in our faces, and we're sitting back saying, woe is me. Well, this is the video for you, because I'm going to show you what you need to do to tell them to stop playing in my face. Move away from me. I'm going to come to work. I'm going to do my job, but you will no longer play in my face like this. So let's get into it. It's 5 tips that I'm going to give you. And I want you to write these tips down, because see, we forget when we get back to the school building and we say, I got to go to school. No, you're going to work. You're not going to school. You graduated from school already. You're going to work. That's one of the first errors that we make. We confuse school with work. This is your job. This is how you go to make money to support your family. You're not going to school. There's a different understanding when we're going to school as opposed to when we're going to work. So let's make that separation first. So number one, how do we get these schools to stop playing in our faces? How do we get these principals to understand that we are not to be played with? How do we make sure that these superintendents are not taking advantage of us? Number one, you need to know what your contract says. You need to know what your contract says. What are your contractual hours? What are the hours that you are being paid to be at the school? And what are the contractual events that you are supposed to be at? Typically, they will tell you, you need to be at open house, you need to be at meet and greet, you need to be at one reading night, a math night, this, and that. They tell you specifically how many events you need to be at. You need to know what those are. Is it two evening events and 3 performances? What is it? And then how many committees are you obligated to serve on? Some of you all just keep volunteering for stuff and keep getting on committees that take up more time. Know how many committees you need to be a part of. Typically, you need to pick 1 to 2 committees that you need to be a part of. And then what are the other duties that you're responsible for? What are your extra duties? Do you have to do morning duty? Do you have to do bus duty? Do you have to do cafeteria duty, recess duty? How many days a week do you have to do it? From what time to what time? So the first step to get these schools and these school leaders to stop playing in our faces is to understand what your contract says and operate within that contract. Because trust me, if anything happens to you, if you can't make your rent, you can't go to them and say, can you give me my check early so I can make my rent? No, according to your contract, you get paid 26 times and we can't go outside of that. If you get sick and need some extra days, what are they going to say? No, according to your contract, you only get 10 sick days. They are not going to go outside of the contract for you. So why are you choosing to go outside of the contract for them? Number 2, you need to set boundaries. Let me tell you how I was able to set boundaries. And this was actually unintentional. But when I was in the classroom as a teacher, they would come to me, asking me to do all types of stuff. And at first I would be like, okay with it. They would say, can you watch these kids until their parents pick them up? Okay, no problem. I'm sitting here. That's no problem. I can do that. Would you do this? Okay, no problem. It's no big deal. And then it became almost an expectation. But then when I started graduate school and I had school every Wednesday, they would come to me and I'd say, no, I got school today. It was like, oh, okay, she has other obligations. And that went on for a whole semester. Then the next semester, I had class again on Wednesday. So it became a known thing that that Miss DeBose has class every Wednesday. So we can't ask her to do anything on Wednesdays. So they would ask me about stuff on Tuesdays and they would ask me about stuff on Thursdays, but they would never ask me about stuff on Wednesday. So then I realized, oh, that's a boundary. that I've set, and they don't cross that boundary. And when they even try to, I redirect them. I let them know, no, I can't do that. I have a class on Wednesday. So some of you all have church on Wednesdays. Some of you, whatever your day is. So you might have church on Wednesday and class on Thursday or whatever it is. You're unavailable. The point is you have to make yourself unavailable. Other than that, they're going to think you're available. The other thing is, think about the people who have kids. Think about the people who have kids. Even me as a building leader, if I needed something from someone and I would go and ask them, like when they said, well, I have kids and I have to pick them up from school, that meant they're not available. I'm going to the next person. So for all of my single people, for all of my people who don't have children, for all of my people who have ample time and your school leader and your school is playing in your face, getting you to do stuff, steady asking you to do stuff, stressing you out, not taking anything off your plate, you need to come up with some boundaries. You need to come up with some things that you should be doing or that you will be doing, which makes you unavailable. And voice that. Make sure everybody knows it. Oh, no, I have class on Wednesday night. Oh, no, I don't miss choir rehearsal. Oh, no, I have dance sessions every Thursday evening. No, I'm not available. You need to not be available. Set the boundaries. And so that also means that you might need to get some hobbies and other obligations. Tip number three. Ask if there's an extra duty stipend. When they come to you saying, would you do this? Would you do that? Sis, ask if there's an extra duty stipend. Many times there is. But because you didn't ask, you didn't even know. Stop working for free. They want you to spend the time. They want you to spend the energy. They want to use your expertise, but they don't want to pay you. Ask for the extra duty stipend. But you're worried about, are they going to get mad at me? What is he going to say? Well, I don't want to upset him. That is not your business. That's not your problem, how they're feeling. Stop trying to manage other people's emotion. Ask for the stipend. And what will it hurt? And if nothing else, they will know that you're not willing to work for free. They're going to stop coming to ask you to do things for free. You need to ask for a stipend. That's number three. Number four. Here's a big one. Number four, when new duties are added, ask them, what are they taking off your plate? When they keep adding stuff on, we want y'all to test the kids 6 times a year, and we want your lesson plans every Friday by 3 o'clock, and we want this, and they're steady adding stuff on. You need to voice a concern and say, okay, I understand that this is a new thing. This is a new thing that you want us to do. So we were already full. We already had enough. And now you just said that we need to test kids 6 times a year, when before now we were only testing them 3 times a year. Can you tell me what you're taking off our plate to make this magic time reappear? How should we manage adding these additional 3 test cycles on to a plate that's already full? Give that to them. Let them answer you. See, a lot of times the administrator or the school leader will tell you what needs to happen, and then you all will complain to your colleagues. You shouldn't be complaining to your colleague. You need to voice the concern. What are you taking off of my plate? And then you're making it clear that something is not going to get done. But then the thing is, you can't say something is not going to get done and then do everything you were already doing plus the thing that they added on. So for instance, when it's time to do lesson plans, if I'm given a test during my plan period, lesson plans didn't get done, then I started teaching. Then when I finished teaching, it was time for me to get off. I went home. The next day, you called me and you asked me to sub a class. I went in, I subbed that class, that ate up my plan period. I finished that plan. I subbed the class. I went and taught my class. I ate lunch, used the bathroom, came back, finished teaching my class. When was I supposed to get lesson plans done? You took away the time that you all allotted for the lesson plans to be done. So I want you to help me to understand when should they have been done. See, we make stuff work, and then that's how we end up taking work home. That's how we end up staying after school. No, what are your contractual hours? Did you voice a concern? They're going to leave you alone. They are going to stop playing in your face. But as long as you're not saying anything, as long as you are making it work, as long as everything is looking good, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it. Last thing, number 5, last tip. Girl, stop volunteering. Stop raising your hand. Stop feeling bad for people. Stop wanting a pat on the back. This is what I need you to understand. Validation is for parking and not people. Stop looking for validation in that school system. You're not going to get your validation from that school system. You need to get your validation in a different way, and it's not there. So we raise our hand, we volunteer because we're looking for recognition. We're hoping to solve a problem. We're hoping to be the answer to somebody's problem. Do that at home. Do that with your family. Don't do that in the school system. That's why they keep playing in your face. That's why they keep putting more pressure on you, adding more demands, raising the expectation, looking for you to do more, to volunteer more. That's why you stressed out, burned out, tired, don't know what to do, don't have any hobbies, don't have time for anything else, because you have let this school consume your life, and you have to stop it. They are going to keep playing in your face as long as you allow them to. And that's the thing that I love about what has happened with TGIF and Foxhole and Funky Dineva. He decided, you're not going to keep playing in my face. I'm not going to work 5 days a week for the same pay that I was getting working 3 days a week while I'm building your network and I'm getting less. No, you all have to decide that too. You got to decide that as well. So we do this to ourselves. Then it becomes an expectation, and then we get mad. We can't get mad because we set this up for ourselves. So you can get the school leaders, administration, and other teachers to stop playing in your face, but you got to stop playing in your own face. Okay. So and here's the thing that I'm gonna point out. You doing all this stuff, you volunteering, you being the go-to person, the point person, is not getting you higher pay. It's not getting you a promotion. It's not getting you an excellent evaluation. It's not creating greater value. It's not creating a better situation for you at work. Just say no. Just say no. That's all you need to do. If you die today, you will be replaced tomorrow. It's the truth. And so you need to find some different hobbies, some other things to do. But I've given you 5 tips to get these people out of your face. You need to love, you can get back to loving your job. You can get back to being passionate about teaching, but you should not be trying to be the person who's going to save the school, who's going to save the system, who's going to save all of the kids. Stop it, and stop it right now. Tell these people to stop playing in your face. They're not paying you to do all the things that you do. And as long as you continue to do it, they're going to continue to ask, and you're going to continue to be stressed out, burnt out, and ready to go, because you keep volunteering. You keep saying yes. You keep raising your hand. You think that it's going to increase your value in the school system. It is not. It is not. And I know, because I was there. I was there. And that's why I'm coming here to tell you, stop doing that. When you're ready and you are tired, for those who are ready and tired, you can use your expertise in a different way. You can set yourself up a consulting business and sell that same thing that you do in that classroom to multiple other schools, not to your school, to other schools within other districts and in other states. I'm doing a Launch Your Ed Consulting Biz Challenge on January 5th through the 15th through the 19th, 1 hour a day for 5 days. And let me show you how you can monetize your expertise. I'm going to add the link to my to the comments, but that's my message to y'all. Tell these people to stop playing in your face.